Everyone, this is Leroy Oscar Tanner, Programming and Technology Services Librarian at the New Ulm Public Library, here to bring you another tutorial about our great digital resources. Today we'll be looking at the mobile version of Ebooks Minnesota and how to navigate around the site. I'm on an Android device today. I've opened my browser and I'm at the library's homepage, which you can reach by typing www.newulmlibrary.org into your URL bar at the top of the screen. If we scroll down the page a ways, as we've mentioned in previous tutorials, on the mobile version of the site, things are organized vertically here. You'll notice we have a couple new things. We've got our YouTube channel highlighted here. So if you like after the video, you can subscribe to our channel, share our videos, and check them out. You'll also notice we have a link to digitallearn.org, which we will cover in another tutorial later. But for now, we want to get to our Ebooks Minnesota collection, which is curated through Biblioboard. And we get there by clicking on our link to MinNose. So let's go ahead and do that, and it'll open a second tab in our browser. So you notice in the upper right-hand corner, there's a number 2 now up there. And to get to the Ebooks Minnesota, we're going to go to Read eBooks. So we tap on that, and now we are at the Ebooks Minnesota homepage. You can see the logo there at the top of the screen. You'll also see a magnifying lens, which if you tap on that opens up the search bar. We can go from a large visual view to a list view of things. So from list to grid. And this is the Ebooks Minnesota organized by category alphabetically. So as you can see, architecture, art, biography, business, and so forth. There are sections for fiction and nonfiction for adults, young adults and teens, as well as children. And the juvenile section is what that's called right here. If you want to enter a category, you simply tap on the category, and it will bring up this browse box. Tap on that, and it'll take you into the category. Once the page loads, there we go, you can see individual items within the category. You'll notice that the category functions like a search for the key term juvenile fiction. And so the number of results in that search, 2,186, are displayed here. And so it has all of them listed alphabetically, starting with numbers and then letters here by title. I'm going to tell you a bit about the title, the author. If I tap on something here, it gives me 3 options, just like in the desktop version of the site. I can go directly to reading. I can check out the details of an item, or if I'm logged into my Biblioboard account, I can favorite an item, write reviews, and things like that. Well, let's explore a little bit more before we dive into an individual item. In the upper left-hand corner here are the 3 bars that open up the main Biblioboard menu. So let's tap that, which brings us to this screen. And you can see we can sign in here at the top. We can actually look at more than one collection here in Ebooks Minnesota. Here are the other ones located here. And those will take their own explorations another time. You can also change the way that you explore Biblioboard. So we already saw what it looked like with categories. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like with curations. So if I tap on curations, there are 10 different curations. So these are things organized by librarians for Ebooks Minnesota. And so you see it's structured differently. Things on world languages, on textbooks to use, things specifically about Minnesota, things for teachers, and things for higher level literature courses in high school. And so those are the curations here. Let's go back to the menu, scroll back down, and let's check out modules, which is probably the most easy way to see things in an organized structure without having to jump around. So modules are kind of like the base of the pyramid of structure for Biblioboard. Inside each module, you'll find anthologies. Inside each anthology, you'll find collections. And inside each collection is where you'll find individual items that you can access. So for example, here's the One Book, One Minnesota. This module is very small. It only has one level because the book chosen by Minnesota librarians, it only has one book at a time that everyone can access and then read, prepare for book discussions together. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at, let's go to classics just for fun. So remember, I tap it and tap browse. And so then within this module are anthologies. And once again, they're organized alphabetically by topic. And so down here at the bottom, if there was more than one page of results, I'd be able to go to the previous page or the next page or the first page. I could type in a number right here if I wanted to. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at science fiction classics and explore. So inside this anthology, there will be collections. And again, these are going to be organized by topic. And so we've got 4 here. We've got robots and humanoids, time and other dimensions, apocalypses and dystopias, aliens and outer space. So let's take a look at robots and humanoids. And inside the collection, we'll find individual items. Now within a collection, as you can see here by this little menu key, each item is color-coded. So if it is something you read, it's got this lavender color. If it is a photograph or a picture, it's going to be green. If it's audio, it's blue. And video is this magenta over here. So there's Frankenstein and the Piazza Tales by Herman Melville, who also wrote Moby Dick. So if I click on Frankenstein, again, since it's an individual item, it gives me those 3 options. And if we tap in to read this, let's see what it looks like on the mobile device. Now, Biblioboard, of course, also has an app. And with the Biblioboard app, you sign into your account and you can access all these things. But then you can download things into the app, which allows you to look at them without needing internet access. And since it's Biblioboard, you can keep them as long as you want. You don't have to check them out. You don't have to return them because it's not one copy, one user access. Everyone could be reading the same thing at the same time across the entire state. And so here's the page. If I double tap, there we go. I can go from page to page with the scroll mark here on the bottom. I can exit that menu here, and if I tap the square with the arrow in the upper left corner, it will bring up the side menu that's normally available on the desktop version. I can actually search for a word. I can create bookmarks if I'm in my account, and notes as well. Details is something that I can access anytime. So let's go ahead and click on that. And so it just gives me a short descriptor here. And I can go to the full details page, which we were also able to access when we were still in the collection. Those 3 options for the item when we tapped, one of them was the details. So if I hit the left-facing caret, details shrinks back down. And if I hit the square with the arrow up in the corner, the details go away. Now if I swipe from right to left, it will go to the next page. And I can go page by page, like so. And then if I'd like to leave, I just tap the X, and it takes me back into the collection. And again, if I tap here, that view details shows me where that is located. To get back to the home page, we simply tap Ebooks Minnesota at the top. But then, as I mentioned, how it's kind of like a stacked pyramid from module all the way down to item, you see we went through all the modules and we chose the classics anthology, and then we went into the science fiction classics, and within science fiction classics we're now in robots and humanoids. So I can tap any one of these sections on this gray bar here with the right facing arrows, and it will take me back to that particular step of organization. So if I click on classics, it takes us back to the anthology of classics right here, and then we can explore elsewhere. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us through our details below. Thanks for watching.